Hello! In this video, you are going to have a practice activity. You are going to tell an anecdote, a personal anecdote, using adverbs and connectors. That is what you are going to do. So here are the instructions. Choose one of the topics below to tell a personal anecdote, something that has happened to you. Remember to use different verb tenses and adverbs and connectors to enrich your story, right? Verb tenses and adverbs and connectors, all right? So that your story can have details or that the person can understand what you're saying easily because you're providing more information about the verbs and actions and adjectives that you're using adverbs and connectors to connect the ideas, all right? Here are the topics. A story that you have heard your mom or dad tell about a family vacation when he or she was growing up. When your mom or dad were growing up, they did something and they told you their story. So it is your story about what they have told you. That is one topic. A story about your favorite trip to an amusement park. All right, that's something that you may remember. Yes. Or a story about your favorite memories from elementary school. So you are now in secondary school. What do you remember from elementary school? All right. So those are your three topics. Choose one and write a story, a personal anecdote about that. All right. So please pause my video, complete the activity, and then I'll show you a sample answer. All right. Go ahead. Pause my video. All right, I hope that you did pause my video and completed your story and that you have an anecdote about something that has happened in your life, about your parents' life, a trip to an amusement park, or something about elementary school. I have some sample answer from a girl who wrote this, and this is, of course, nothing similar to what you had, but this is a sample response to this assignment. So she said, in elementary school, I always looked forward to meeting my friends during recess. So that's the topic that she chose. Always looked forward. So that adverb tells us about when something happened all the time, always. We would first get ice cream. So very often they got ice cream. It means that is something that happened repeatedly. That's why she's using would. We would first get ice cream from the cafeteria, yes, at school. And while we were eating, I like that, while, so with that connector, while we were eating, and for that, because that is something that is happening for some period of time, while we were eating, we would make up the teams for the soccer or basketball game that would invariably follow. So after ice cream, they would choose the teams and they would play either soccer or basketball. That would invariably follow. It means that all the time, with no change, at recess they played either soccer or basketball. That is a rich story, I think. 4th and 5th graders had become rivals. Means they would compete all the time for the last 3 years. So since this girl was in 2nd grade, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. We, the 4th graders, usually won. So that happened very often. Usually won because that connector, because, is going to tell us the reason why they won almost all the time. Because one of my teammates, the person, a mate, a friend on my team, was the PE teacher's daughter, was the physical education teacher's daughter. What does that have to do with anything? And she was awesome at every sport. Oh, I see. So this girl was the daughter of the PE teacher, so probably her mother or father inspired the love for sports, and this girl was very good at playing soccer and basketball, at least at every sport. So if they play baseball, I guess she was good at as well. So having that girl on the team who was very skilled made them win almost all the time. It says usually. That is a very nice story. It is a personal anecdote, and I hope that especially with the connectors that we used here and the adverbs, you could enrich parts of your story, of your own story. All right? Thank you. Thank you very much for having completed and written your story. Now, I am going to pause my video so that you can listen to the pronunciation of this text, this anecdote. And as usual, please remember you practice pronouncing after the native speaker. All right? Go ahead. I'm pausing my video. You listen and practice. Go ahead.
In elementary school, I always looked forward to meeting my friends during recess. We would first get ice cream from the cafeteria, and while we were eating it, we would make up the teams for the soccer or basketball game that would invariably follow. 4th and 5th graders had become rivals for the last 3 years. We, the 4th graders, usually won because one of my teammates was the PE teacher's daughter, and she was awesome at every sport.
All right. Thank you very much for practicing your pronunciation and for completing the activity. And remember that there are many resources for you to enrich your narration, your writing about personal anecdotes or stories that have happened in the past. And for that, we use different verb tenses, and the resources that we have to enrich those descriptions are connectors and adverbs. All right? Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next activity.